during the Mace War, Tolerantcube searched every ancient city for thousands of blocks to obtain himself multiple stacks of god apples, making him incredibly powerful. Tolerant was able to walk out of multiple assassination attempts and even kill Nukebob, the strongest player on survival bobs. And so I asked this player, this god, what I could do to rid him of his god apples, to which I found out that he would set up a scavenger hunt for me to complete, with all of his god apples being stored in a vault forever if completed. However, for every hour it takes me, he would hold on to another notch apple. And so with the time ticking, will I be able to end Tolerant's immortality on survival bobs? Clue 1.
Yeah, you should keep the rule book.
Your first clue. Where one slay a powerful weapon, a symbol of war, is now at the heart of a winding legacy that points to the clue. That is obviously the Mace Colosseum. Bro, it's not slay. No, yeah, I definitely assume that is the Mace Colosseum. After reading the first clue, I immediately thought it was referencing the Mace Colosseum, where all the maces were stored in the server after the Mace War, and the only place they can be used.
Wait, isn't there like that tree, like from the very start?
And I found a chest. Is this Astral Stuff chest? It is, okay. And nothing. I believe it's probably in my mace base, considering that's where all the hype is. I don't quite remember where it is though. Here we are. Got it. And I'm here. Yet I find nothing. Is it like in the walls? Alright, well that's one out of like how many mace bases down. And so, after spending a good half hour searching all the mace bases I could think of, since it was obvious that the mace was the powerful weapon referenced in the clue, I wasn't able to find clue 2. However, in a void hole under a fake mace base I made under spawn, Midgebob helped me find clue 6, which I decided I would get to later, and so I continued to search, looking through absolutely every single place I could think of on the server which had a mace in it during the Mace War, finding nothing. However, eventually I remembered about Tolerant's shop, where he had stored a mace at the very start of the Mace War, something I didn't think of because it was so insignificant during the conflict, and wasn't an official mace base. I see. But yo, my god, that took way too long. I think I might have to take off my armor. Under Tolerant's shop, I found a parkour, which by the rules of the Scavenger Hunt, I would have to complete without cheating in order to actually win the hunt at the end. So I started trying. Frick. Frick. Finally. 4-block jumps are the worst. Clue 2. There's more stuff down there, it looks like, so... Ooh, clue 2. Alright, I'm gonna spare you the boring stuff. This took so bloody long! Tolerant had intentionally put incredibly annoying jumps at every point, so that I would constantly fall, and he didn't even light up the cave it was in. And so multiple creepers spawned and... accidentally blew up bits of the parkour, making it impossible, which I thought was a good enough excuse to not do the parkour and pick up the remaining clue items from the chests. And so this left me with a spider eye, torch, end rod, vine, and orange glass pane, all renamed to clue 2. And when discussing it with Nukebob, he said, maybe they're in some order, like, okay, S, E, A, E, V, S, E, T, Steve-O. That's literally Steve-O. S-T-E-V-O. Which made perfect sense. So I started searching Steven's base to hopefully find the next clue. Do I have to search his base? Also, he's got a full-on Chinatown at spawn. Do I have to search every single of his shops? Pull up the game channel. Steve-O's base is such a mess. If there was a clue in here, good job bro, I'm not finding it. Yeah, I couldn't find it after checking everything related to Steve-O Bevo. So I asked Tolerant for a hint, costing me 5 diamond blocks and 2 of the god apples away from the total, and getting me Tolerant to tell me to fly around Steve-O's jungle base. It is farm, the big tall thing, which is like the only thing you really fly to. Oh, is it the random yellow shulker box floating in the sky? Okay, clue 3. Clue 3 was a difficult maths problem. However, eventually I solved the quadratic simultaneous equation, which gave me the coords to a maze underground, where by following the right-hand side wall, I found clue 4. Okay, and now this is the first time I truly got fully stumped in the scavenger hunt. I was able to figure out that the 3 codes were hexadecimal, decoding to 31, 01, and 25. However, I had no clue of what to do with that info, and so I started on clue 6, which Midgebob had found earlier, which first asked me to sacrifice 7 god apples before I moved on. Finally, bro. God, that scared me. Bro, those zombies sold. Finally, another performance. Yes! Finally! Alright. And I'm back. And after quite a while in the ancient cities, I'd obtained all 7 god apples which I needed to read clue 6. And so I made my way to the void hole, where I would sacrifice them. Check my recording. Yep, it's going. By the way, guys, it's been 14 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, well, Notch apple's destroyed. Now let's read on. The frig is this? It's a page full of random numbers. No, I have an idea. That could be ASCII conversion. The clue was ASCII, which when I converted it said, a looming shape blots out the sky, 1 pillar of light running TH, which I assumed meant running through. I actually pretty quickly figured out this is referencing Tolerant's incomplete base, being a massive black sphere in the sky with a beacon going through it. And so I went there and found clue 7, having a bunch of dirt and grass in the chest, being renamed to tell me to go back to the void hole and sacrifice 28 netherite scrap. Except I ain't doing that, since it doesn't say I need to do it to get clue 8. However, once again, I was stuck, as I knew the grass and dirt blocks was some kind of code, but I had no clue exactly what it could be, and so I had no choice but to ask for a clue. And so, for the low f***ing price of 5 more diamonds and 2 notches, Tolerant told me
That is Morse code.
And when I decoded the code with grass and dirt, it spelled out the word court, and so I went to the court at spawn. Is it the sign that says hi?
No, I didn't. Wait, I didn't even know that part of the court existed.
Oh, okay. 184. How many diamond blocks is that? Bro, why do you want me to keep sacrificing so many things? This is just mean. I might just quit halfway through if I realize I've sacrificed more than this is worth. It's in the void. This absolute Anton Alex turd of letters was a scrambled message. However, I had to go at this point. So these 2 nerds unscrambled it to, at the place where all 3 dimensions intertwine, you'll find a message buried deep within the depths of hell, being an ominous message which led them to the nether tunnel leading to the stronghold portal, where the 2 found clue 9.
What can it say?
Let's see. Think about all that you have sacrificed along the way. And now I'm back and have clue 9. Think about all you have sacrificed along the way. This is referencing the 7 god apples and 184 diamonds I threw into the void, And also the 28 netherite scrap I was meant to throw. That gave me the coordinates 7, 28, 184. However, nothing was there, and so once again, I asked for a clue, receiving one both for this, being that the letters of the items are important, but also for clue 4, where Tolerant sent this message. For clue 9, the starting letters of enchanted golden apple, netherite scrap, and diamond blocks spelled out end. And so when I went to the previous chords in the end, I found a shulker box. Oh god. That is scary. Why does he keep doing this? And now having completed all the clues except for 4 and 5, I went back to clue 4, where I realized that the 3 numbers made a date, with Tolerant's message vaguely reminding me of something. Placed on the 31st of January 2025, how long has it been here? Oh, I think I know what this is talking about. I just remembered placing this myself. I, in Tolerantcube shop, built a PP at the top, and placed an item up there saying placed on 31st of January 25. How long has it been here? And clue 5 is up here. And since I've already found clue 6, I now had all the clues. And so I met up with Tolerant to show him. Okay, Tolerantcube.
Yeah. Oh my. Clue 1, clue 2, clue 3, clue... Oh. You have indeed succeeded.
I received some of my diamonds back as a prize, and Tolerant stopped the clock. So how long did it take me to finish the scavenger hunt? 22 hours. And with the fact that I got 3 hints, that meant that Tolerant was keeping 28 god apples, which out of the over 2 stacks he had, is still good. However, it is still enough for him to win multiple fights. And I was still thinking about this as me and Tolerantcube entered the vault I had constructed to store away the other god apples. This compass will take you back there. Well, Tolerantcube, welcome.
Yeah.
To the vault.
There we go. And of course, 8 went in the thing, so do that. What just happened?
And so, if you do the honors, you can press this button and these god apples are locked away. Yet while Tolerant still had more enchanted golden apples, I would continue fighting. And so I challenged him to a duel, where if he lost, I would get all of his remaining god apples. To which he agreed. And so after a couple days, we met up for a duel.
Oh, you
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
I don't have speed potions. Imagine having speed potions.
May the best man win.
No, I think it's made the person who's not on 20 FPS win. Why axe? What? Why did I just... You can't even... Oh, okay. You like have strength, you know? What exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
I'm good at striping when it's not netherite KB res.
Right, hit the bad.
Okay.
Ow, axe does work.
Direct now, like I just...
Take off the helmet then.
Okay.
Oh.
Fine. No!
Okay.
I had so many totems. There is the last 20 notch apples.
Let's go. And like that, Tolerant is no longer unkillable. And so now the server stands a chance against what once was a god.